other, cooperate, and coordinate. At the same time, the team has to buy into the plan. From what we observed, most of the teams who practiced these won the games. The next set of games test the team's ability to gel together and move as one. Some are successful, while others did struggle. Nevertheless, it's never a dull moment. May we direct your attention to Exhibit A.
Right now we are Team BSA. One, two, jump. One, two, jump. One, two, jump.
Team buildings play a crucial role in this professional landscape. Through various activities, one may discover hidden talents, encourage open communication, be able to navigate challenges together, and collaborate effectively. With a shared purpose, the entire experience becomes memorable and promotes a positive work experience. Ultimately, the goal for the team building is for the community to channel all the learnings and apply them to their day-to-day activities in the office, all the way to their interactions with friends and family. The team building activities got everyone to mingle, get along, and learn from each other. Challenge accepted and knocked down one by one. The BSA Virtual Brigade had their fair share of fun too. As you can see, everyone cannot contain the smiles on their faces. This truly was one for the books, and we can't wait for the other surprises BSA Solutions has in the works. BSA Solutions, in partnership with the Vicente Soto Memorial Medical Center, conducted a blood donation drive last May 9, 2024. Some of our associates eagerly volunteered to donate blood. The act of donating blood has potential health benefits. Studies suggest that when done regularly, blood donation lowers blood pressure. It also reduces the risk of heart attack by lowering high iron levels. Also, did you know that donating a pint of blood burns about 650 calories? Well, now you do. We hope this video encourages you to donate blood whenever you can. With its short shelf life, there's always someone needing blood transfusions somewhere, be it for surgeries, accidents, chronic illnesses, and even childbirth. Who knows? The next life you save could possibly be your own or someone you know. Special thanks to the VSMMC Blood Services Unit and to our volunteers for being our unsung heroes in this initiative. Quench your thirst for knowledge. Join the 2024 BSA Alexandria Accord Conference with the theme Innovate, Carving the Path for Digital Transformation. October 17 to 18, 2024, 3 to 6 p.m. at the Crystal Ballroom of the Mandarin Plaza Hotel. Open to students and professionals. Register online at www.bsa-solutions.com/registration. Watch the live stream on our YouTube channel at BSA Solutions-Inc. Quench your thirst for knowledge. Join the 2024 BSA Alexandria Accord Conference with the theme Innovate, Carving the Path for Digital Transformation. October 17 to 18, 2024, 3 to 6 p.m. at the Crystal Ballroom of the Mandarin Plaza Hotel. Open to students and professionals. Register online at www.bsa-solutions.com/registration. Watch the live stream on our YouTube channel at BSA Solutions-Inc. Quench your thirst for knowledge. Join the 2024 BSA Alexandria Accord Conference with the theme Innovate, Carving the Path for Digital Transformation. October 17 to 18, 2024, 3 to 6 p.m. at the Crystal Ballroom of the Mandarin Plaza Hotel. Open to students and professionals. Register online at www.bsa-solutions.com/registration. Watch the live stream on our YouTube channel at BSA Solutions-Inc. Quench your thirst for knowledge. Join the 2024 BSA Alexandria Accord Conference with the theme Innovate, Carving the Path for Digital Transformation. October 17 to 18, 2024, 3 to 6 p.m. at the Crystal Ballroom of the Mandarin Plaza Hotel. Open to students and professionals. Register online at www.bsa-solutions.com/registration. Watch the live stream on our YouTube channel at BSA Solutions-Inc.
All right, good afternoon, everybody. A big round of applause for our L&D team, marketing team. It's a joint effort by everyone, and they made this event possible today. And I am excited to see mostly familiar faces, and of course, the unfamiliar ones. Welcome. And to our viewers online via YouTube Live, welcome to our second day of 2024 BSA Alexandria Accord Conference with the theme. Can I ask everybody to read the theme together with me in 3, 2, 1. Innovate, carving the path for digital transformation. Wow, and I hope our viewers online will feel the same excitement like how I feel here inside the room right now. Okay, I want to say some few words because today's conference, the entire session today, we will exchange ideas, insights, strategies that will help us navigate the complexities of digital transformation. Together, we'll discover new opportunities to accelerate growth, enhance efficiency, and unlock the full potential of technology within our organization. And again, I encourage everyone here in the room to approach the session with an open mind and keep that curiosity running the entire session. May I request everybody to please rise for our invocation, and please remain standing for the Philippine National Anthem.
Heavenly Father, we come to you today with humble hearts, seeking your guidance and wisdom as we begin this program. Lord, we ask that you would bless every person who has gathered here today, and that you would be present with us in a special way. We pray that this program would be a time of learning, growth, and fellowship for all of us. Help us to listen to one another with open hearts and open minds, and to support one another as we strive to serve you in all that we do. Please give us the strength and the courage to follow your will and to use the gifts and talents you have given us to make a positive difference in the world. We pray all of this in your holy name. Amen.
Mga kababayan, ang pambansang awit ng Pilipinas. So like any other conferences or symposiums, there's always that house rules. So I'm going to read you real quick the following house rules for today's session. Number 1, please silence or turn off your mobile devices during the session to avoid distracting the speaker. If you need to answer a phone call, you may step outside to accommodate the call. Our restroom is located at the back of the elevators near the orange barricades. When you step out of the door, you turn left and then just turn right. Food will be served halfway through the conference. However, we have sweets and candies for free and overflowing coffee on to your left at the coffee table.
You may take photos and videos during the conference, but make sure it doesn't disrupt the speaker. If you're taking photos, we would like you to tag BSA Solutions Carriers in Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, or LinkedIn. We have official hashtags that you guys can use. We have hashtag BSA Alexandria Accord 2024. Or if you feel that's too long, we have another hashtag, hashtag BSA Accord 2024. The next house rule I have on the list, ask questions you may have for the speakers or panelists. Later on, we will be distributing QR codes and we'll be placing them onto your tables. Scan the QR codes and then just choose the speaker where you want to ask the questions to. And again, take advantage of opportunities to connect with other attendees and build relationship. Okay, well, before we give the time to our keynote speaker, can I just go down and engage with the audience today? We got one. Okay, I just want to maybe ask one question. I just randomly ask one question. Maybe I want to ask, Des Lorenzo from Spotify. Des, what are your expectations? So maybe just one expectation or anything that you want to learn from today's conference.
Basically, I'm interested with this seminar or talk because I wanted this information to be useful or helpful in my task and in my other business.
All right, thank you, Des. A big round of applause for Des. Just big enough to answer the question. Okay, I think that's all. So, it's my honor to introduce today's keynote speaker. He's an accomplished IT professional with, this is experience revealed, over 26 years of combined experience in IT infrastructure, management, data privacy, and information security management. He's our one and only ISMS manager at BSA. Please, ladies and gentlemen, a big round of applause for Mr. William Artajo.
Thank you, Vic. Okay, good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the day 2 of our Alexandria Accord conference. I'm very excited here today together with all of you to discuss a topic that's transforming industries and reshaping how we work: digital transformations. We are facing an incredible opportunity to reinvent our operations, improve customer experiences, and unlock new growth by embracing the power of technology. Sorry. So at its heart, digital transformation is about using technology to rethink the way we do business. It's about automating processes, using data-driven insights, and become more agile in our approach. These changes allow us to improve efficiency, deliver better products and services, and stay competitive in an increasingly digital world. According to McKinsey, using robotic process automation for repetitive tasks can help companies reduce cost by 30%. Companies embracing data-driven strategies are 23 times more likely to acquire customers and 19 times more likely to be profitable. By adapting agile practices, businesses can bring products to market 60% faster. The key to digital transformation isn't just about keeping up with trends, but about creating a business model that is future-proof. Technologies like AI, cloud computing, and automation are opening new possibilities, allowing businesses to innovate faster and stay ahead of competition. Innovation through digital transformations can be achieved by utilizing advanced technologies and aligning them with business objectives. It is predicted that by 2030, artificial intelligence is set to contribute 15.7 trillion to the global economy. That's a lot. Studies have also shown that moving to cloud, companies can save 15% in operational costs and boost their efficiency by 20%. Gartner predicts that by 2025, 85% of companies will have automation initiatives integrated into business strategies. Now, I like this part. This is about cybersecurity. While technology drives innovation, we must ensure it's built on a secure foundation. Cybersecurity plays an important role in protecting the technologies we adopt, ensuring that data and systems remain safe as we move forward. But security shouldn't be seen as just a hindrance, but rather as an enabler, allowing businesses to embrace new digital tools with confidence. Building a secure foundation involves establishing cybersecurity measures that protect against evolving threats. And these could be done by implementing multi-factor authentication, updated security protocols, or zero trust architectures, to name a few. A Microsoft report states that companies who enable MFA can already block 99.9% of automated cyber attacks. A recent security research also reveals that 60% of breaches or data breaches are due to unpatched vulnerabilities. And a study from Forrester, according to them, organizations who adapt zero trust models can reduce breach risk by up to 90%. Now, I think there was a discussion about people in digital transformation. Another critical aspect of digital transformation is the human element. Technology alone can't drive change. It is the people who use it effectively that can make transformations possible. That is why it is important to build a culture where everyone feels empowered to use digital tools and understand the role that they play in keeping organizations safe. The human element is essential to ensure technology is effectively integrated into the workplace. A LinkedIn workforce report highlights that investing in employee training increases income per employee by 218. It is also important that organizations must ensure all employees, not just the IT people, are comfortable using these digital tools. And in a study from MIT, businesses that show a strong digital leadership are 50% more likely to experience revenue growth. Digital transformation isn't something that happens in isolation. And I think there were discussions about collaboration yesterday. It requires a lot of collaboration across teams, from IT and operations to leadership. Working together, we can harness the full potential of technology while ensuring a seamless, secure experience for both employees and customers. By creating cross-functional teams, companies that promote collaboration across departments are 5 times more likely to perform well. Teams using collaborative tools or collaboration tools like Microsoft Teams or Slack, to name a few, are likely to be 20% more productive. And it's also equally important that engaging all stakeholders early ensures smooth transitions and more successful implementations of digital initiatives. So in conclusion, digital transformation offers limitless potential for businesses to evolve, grow, and thrive in this fast-changing world. By embracing new technologies and building a culture that supports continuous improvement, we can create a future where innovation leads the way securely and confidently. To fully embrace the benefit of digital transformations, to fully embrace the benefits of digital transformation, we must adapt to continuous improvements, find ways to measure our outcomes, and most importantly, promote a security-first mindset. The Kaizen Institute states that sees a 46% increase in employee engagements. Having KPIs and digital dashboards allows businesses to track progress and refine their strategies faster. And lastly, according to a study, 80% of companies see cybersecurity not as a hindrance, but as a key enabler for digital transformation. Thank you once again for your time and attention today. I encourage you to continue to embrace and optimism together. We can shape a future of innovation and growth. Wishing you all a productive and inspiring afternoon. Thank you.
Wow, thank you, sir. A big round of so well done, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, sir. Are you guys ready? Our speakers ready today? So digital transformation isn't just a shift, it's also the way government serves their citizens. So our next speaker is the Regional Director of Information and Communications Technology, or the ICT, in Region 7 here in Cebu, and has served the Philippine government for 20 years. He also provided IT and cybersecurity consultation for organizations like USAID. Ladies and gentlemen, a big warm applause. Please help me welcome.
First of all, good afternoon to everyone. I know this is primarily private sector. There are some points of digital in the context of you will be surprised. We have similar problems. The problem is not unique to government. It is the same problem. right? But just said from the government side. So please, next. I have that later, sorry. Okay. So, I don't have to explain what this transformation is. I think everybody quite understands that. But to encounter government in the future, sometimes government people is in a context many years ago, and one government official said to the plenary that their office has gone into digital transformation. She said because they bought 200 computers. By 200 computers, she said they are now digitally transformed. Of course, I had to correct her in the panel. So digital transformation is not simply buying computers. It is not simply using spreadsheets and MS Word to type. Transforming typewriters to all that. Normally, the challenge in government, and I'm speaking about government in general, the challenge is here lack of executive support. The mayor or the politicians do not understand, right, what this is about. One mayor in one town, I will not name the town, many years ago, his officer complained to me wants to buy 20 typewriters. 20 typewriters, costing as much as a. So, why are we buying typewriters? Frankly, what about if there's a problem? You can use a computer, you cannot. See, that is the mindset of to be kind, the older generation, right? I would have wanted to tell this executive that, Mayor, maybe your problem is a generator, the solution, right? So those are examples that if the chief executive in a locality or in the national government does not understand about this, will never succeed, right? Even in the private sector, not to belie my age, but late 80s, I guess, one boss of a big corporation in Cebu, their company, he was told by the younger people that they should have computers and all that. And then after the first meeting, he looked at the printouts of the financial results and it was still negative. So this boss said, and I think maybe for those who don't understand Bisaya, you ask your neighbor to translate. This boss said, ano ka palit-palit pa man tag computer, alkansi man gihapon di ay. No? So why did we even buy computers when in fact we're still at a loss? Because they thought that by buying a computer and automating, you will solve all your problems. The answer is no. That's why in digital transformation, you have to fix your process before you even start digitally transforming. Because if you make your problem efficient, you will have more problems, right? You do not automate inefficiency or problematic systems. You streamline before you automate and do digital transformation. Because if you make you digital transform your old school problem into digital, they are more efficient, you have more problems that will accrue, no? Then we have the over-ambitious objectives. Very common in government. We want to be 100% paperless. So we will save all the trees. But the reality is regulation will not allow us. No, COA, in fact, just this morning I was asked by our events management team, Sir, we are promoting e-government. are we still required to have the written, sign-ups? And she was telling me, sir, we have 600 attendees. Imagine the amount of sign-up and you are required to sign, 5? The worst event I ever attended in government, 10 kapirma, right? So sometimes there are regulatory issues which you have to, hurdle in government, and that is a challenge. That's the advantage in private sector. Inside organizations, you can easily solve that. But in government, that's very challenging. That's why I always tell my colleagues in government, when we do digital transformation, gradual. Because otherwise, it will not happen. We'll become disheartened, no? Even the ICT, as the bastion of digitalization, we still have a lot of paperwork. Paper requirements, because COA requires that it be paper. Though I was happy in that question earlier, I checked with my finance team, will COA allow us na digital na? The great answer was yes. So imagine, we're promoting digital, yet all our processes are manual. So, but we're working on it. Government is trying our best to improve the way we think and all that. Then communication gaps between stakeholders. Sometimes the younger people want all of this bells and whistles, but the older folks tend to be resistant, especially if they're the one paying for it. Have you ever encountered that in organizations? It's the young, techie people who love all these gadgets, who love all this technology. Unfortunately, the people who decide are the old folks. Do you relate to that? Or for those who are parents, when you were kids, getting them to buy you this wonderful cell phone, why do you need such a complicated cell phone, right? So, and the last one, inappropriate technological choices. Many years ago, before I joined government, I had a client who asked me, he wanted to secure his office, state of the art. He wanted iris scanners, vein pattern recognition, and all that. And during the time, this was many, many years ago, I'm 22 years in government, so dugay na gid ni. So I told him, sir, are you sure you really want that? And I think he's been watching too many spy movies. So he was asking for all this technology. So I asked him, what are you securing in your office? He told me he's securing something worth like 200,000 pesos. And I told him, are you going to spend at least $500,000 to secure 200,000? He was so shocked. He said, sige, barrel bolt na lang, adungan. See? So, the technology being applied in that particular case is not appropriate, considering what was being secured. So, sometimes we just love the technology because it's cool. But when we see the price tag, then we change our mind, right? So, being able to navigate that to balance what's actually needed, what is available, is important to convince the decision makers in this process of digital transformation. Because if you just say, it's cool to have it, even if it's not something you actually need, then it will not work. It will not happen. Even I tell you, a simple kanang biometrics na mag-punch in, punch out. Do you know many years ago when that started, it will not last 1 or 2 weeks. They will put sand in the readers to destroy it. Why? Because they cannot have someone else punch in for them. Right? Kung time card, pwede. You tell your friend, pwede ba ikaw lang sa'yo mo time in? But with biometrics, you cannot do that anymore. So, destroy it so you go back to the logbook. Right? So those are examples of resistances that happen as part of the journey to digital transformation. And I tell you, the resistance is much, much greater in government than I think in the private sector. No? I think William would also know that. But on the other hand, we always try to be, to consider that there are changes. No? Changes happening in government, and we're trying to address those concerns. So next slide, please. So, I'm sorry, I keep on forgetting. This is the problem when you're in government, you have so many assistants. No? I don't know if William has that many assistants now. Okay, so in digital transformation, we have to understand, we have to balance, as I said, technologies that we actually want to acquire and what we want to achieve in our organization. Okay. So, just because it's cool, it's not something we should really get into. It must be something that's actually doable and practical for our organizations. And it really drives to what you really want to achieve in your org. And it must be consistent to your business objectives, di ba? Like my example earlier on locking or safekeeping the office. Is it really something that you can spend a lot of time on? It's not. Then, tech-savvy workforce. It's very important that your people are updated, they know what they're doing, they know the technology, its right application. Because I tell you, even if you have the best systems in the world, if your people do not know how to use them, it's useless. And managing digital disruption, especially generational management, went from one generation to another. Yeah, okay, I'll wrap up. It's almost done. So of course, under success factors, I think it's very, keep forgetting. We have processes, simplify, as mentioned earlier, because you don't want to automate very complex processes. Clear, robust objectives, and of course, very important, especially in government, include all the stakeholders in what you're doing. That's why we usually work with local governments and other stakeholders in the process. Like right now, we have projects with almost all local governments, and sometimes I have to take photo ops with opposition and administration. So, next is, normally, this is the document we have. This is mandatory. If you have a IT project in government, it's called an ISSP. It's a 1 week's training, if that has to be explained. But basically, it's a document required by the DBM or your organizations for you to get approval for funding. So this would enunciate the systems, what are the costs, the people required, etc. So, hapit na gid ni mahuman. Okay. Last one is, next one is, we have a facility for trainings, no? I tell you, they have, just give me 1 or 2 minutes. We have the middle, that's actually blind people. We actually have a training. The trainer was blind. The participants were blind. And it was very amazing. And we're training them IT skills, no? Using the computers. I could not believe it myself when I first saw it. Okay. Then this last slide. This is, we're promoting our eGov app. This is how to integrate all our applications in one single sign-on application. There are too many things inside, but the best part here is that the national ID that you never got, you can get it there digitally. And soon we will have also the LTO driver's license. So if you keep on forgetting your driver's license, as long as you have that, you're good, right? It has also some AI components and others, but I will not delve into that because naka-stoplight na. So, my boss, just to part with this, we hope to bring more people online to encourage local leaders and stakeholders to utilize the benefits of digital solutions for the betterment of public services. We envision a future where citizens can engage within the government from the comfort of their homes, offices, or while in transit. As always, my motto for e-governance is get online, don't fall in line. So with that, I conclude my presentation. This is one of my quickest presentations ever. Being a government official, I'm used to 1 hour, 2 hour presentation. But digital transformation will definitely shorten presentation. So anyway, thank you very much.
All right, a big round of applause, everybody. And thank you, Director Frederick, for sharing the government's perspective to digital transformation. So let's support the government efforts in transforming our government transitioning to digital. So download the eGov app. I've downloaded it. So it's actually going to give you more access to government services. And having that chance to work overseas for the past 12 years, I can really say that other countries already embrace digitalization. So they have been digitally transformed. And I believe we are getting there, and I can't wait for that to happen here in a country of the Philippines. Okay. So, in today's AI-driven world, I want to ask you one question. What is one thing that remains irreplaceable? Any guess from the crowd? Say that again, John. Human creativity. Yes, you got it. Spot on. So human creativity is the X factor that keeps pushing boundaries and driving true innovation. So our next speaker is a seasoned graphic designer and consultant with over 6 years of combined experience in graphic design and brand management in the Philippines, the USA, and in Australia. She has worked with notable brands such as the Australian Embassy, HSBC, Louis Vuitton, and Cebu Pacific Airlines. Please help me welcome our very own associate from Team Medical, Miss Cristela Duaso.
Thank you for that warm introduction. Wow, I am nervous to be here. But I must say that I am thrilled to talk about a topic that's as interesting as a cat video on the internet. Human creativity in an AI-driven world. And let's be honest, who doesn't love cat videos? Now, when we think about AI, it feels like we're living in a sci-fi movie. We picture robots taking over the world, driving our cars, or maybe even folding our laundry. But, well, thank goodness for that. But amid all this tech wizardry, there's this voice in the back of our minds asking, what about us humans? What about our wild and creative ideas? So today, let us celebrate our quirky ability to think outside the box, or at least outside the litter box. So, if human creativity is the X factor, what is the role of AI in graphic design? AI automates. We innovate. In the next slides, I will be showing you a few examples on how AI can help speed up our work. Now, imagine you're working on a text, maybe a headline or a logo, and you want to give it a special style or texture. With a text-to-text AI model, all you need to do is type in your text prompt, like this one, for example. The better and more creative your text prompts are, the better the result. Because because AI applies that style to your text instantly. So for designers, this means you can easily experiment with different looks without having to manually tweak fonts or effects. And it is a huge time saver because it lets you play around with ideas quickly. Now, before we move into our second example, imagine you're looking at a photo. Well, thanks to our friend on the screen, because we all know that he's clearly rocking that sweater. Now, let's say you want to change something in that image. Maybe you want to swap out this guy's green sweater into a funky one. With a text-to-image AI model, all you need to do is select the part of the image that you want to change and type in your text prompt. Like, for example, make the jacket blue. And it happens in seconds. It is like having a magic wand for designers. You can easily adjust and customize your images without spending hours and creating tons of layer masks in Photoshop. Now, before we move into our third example, imagine you're a graphic designer or an animator, and you're juggling projects and deadlines. So instead of spending hours looking for that perfect video footage, you can use a text-to-video AI model. All you need to do is type in your text prompt. Like for example, the result of that text prompt is this. So let's give a shout out to our friend on the screen because he's clearly living his best life in that tropical island. But to get exactly what you want, you need to be very detailed and specific with your prompts. Because the more details you provide, the closer the AI gets to your vision. And if you're dreaming of a robot in a neon-lit cyberpunk world, make sure to describe what you envision. Because remember, the more details you provide, the closer the AI gets to your vision. So you might probably be thinking, oh, so AI is easy. Just type in your text prompt and anyone can do it. But let me tell you this. If it were that easy, my cat would probably be the next Picasso by now. And I would be her unpaid intern fetching her tuna. And here's the truth. It is not that straightforward. Yeah, sure, anyone can throw down some prompts, but the magic lies, first and foremost, in your creativity and your imagination. Because the same prompt can give you two completely different results, depending on how you phrase it, what details you include, and the vision that you're working toward. So think about it this way. If two artists were asked to paint the same tree, the tree would be the same idea. But it is each artist's unique style, creativity, and imagination that will make the artwork look completely different. Secondly, AI lacks the emotional intelligence and intuition. AI can speed things up, but it is human touch that weaves narrative into every design, making it not just functional, but also meaningful. And AI, it cannot create that connection on its own. And last but not the least, design is always changing, and AI struggles with AI struggles with unfamiliar situations. due to its lack of adaptability. And it is our role as graphic designers to stay updated with the latest graphic design trends so we can fine-tune our designs to meet modern client needs. So, in a nutshell, AI doesn't replace human creativity. It amplifies it, reminding each and every one of us that our imagination knows no limits. So I would like to end this that AI is a tool, but human creativity is the X factor. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Okay, thank you, Tal. Another big round of applause for Christella, please. Thank you, Christella, for reminding us that human creativity is the driving force, right? AI still needs us. Okay, well, we're setting up the stage for the next part of the program, which is the plenary debrief. As much as we love the music on the other side, I would like to request people sitting in the back to please occupy the seats right here in front. We wanted you to have that seamless and relaxing experience while we go through this session today. So those people sitting at the back, we have empty seats right in front, right next to Joanne, and we have vacant seats right here in the front as well. Please occupy them. Thank you. Okay. So, while waiting for them to set up the stage, should I go down and ask some questions? You guys like that? No? But actually, it's done, so you guys is marked safe. So I want to introduce the host for a plenary debrief. But before that, I need to invite our speakers again back on stage right here. Christella and Director Fred, if you may please, and have a seat and feel comfortable. And get ready because we will bombard you with tons and tons of questions from the audience. Okay, so I'm not sure if it's okay with this, but anyway. So I would like to introduce our host for the plenary debrief, someone who is energetic enough to keep the conversation flowing and keep that energy going with over 21 years of leadership, team building, and coaching experience. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome one of our talent and client experience managers, Coach Albert. Come right up here on stage, Coach Albert. All right, take it away.
Right. Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for taking time in going here. And I'm happy that all of us are gathered here for one reason, which is to be educated and to have leverage in today's years. All right. Thank you, Sir Frederick and Christella, for being here. How are you guys doing today? I understand. In the public industry, in the government industry, I understand that there's a lot of changes happening right now and in the face of digital transformation. So my wife is currently in the government industry, in the DSWD. She's watching right now. And I can relate to what you guys are offering in terms of disaster, in terms of events that would relate to that. And on the Department of Information and Communications Technology, you guys are doing a lot of changes despite of the challenges. So right now I'm totally amazed on how you, sir, are actually delivering it in terms of digital transformation. What struck me most there is about fixing the process before digital transformation. So I have some few questions here that our audience are giving. This is from Joe. Independent organizations are actively encouraging local talents in terms of robotics, renewable energy, and IT all over the country. But they always fail because of lack of funding and government support. Any plans on government's part last, at least within Cebu?
Actually, that's a very good question. There are actually a lot of regulations in government which actually encourage you to use, for example, more renewable energy. For example, my office was recently audited for its power, so we're encouraged to use, for example, for air conditioners to have inverters and all that. And in fact, one regulation, I was so surprised that there is actually a circular that government offices should have 10% of their fleet to be electric vehicles. I didn't even know that before, but imagine 10%. So that should improve the sales of those vehicles. But what I'm driving at is a lot of regulations that actually encourage all of these things. No? Even for the use of solar. In fact, one of my major projects next year for my building is to reduce my cost by half through the use of renewable energy like solar. The problem therefore is funding the initial cost to do so. So that's really the challenge. But I think with the decline in cost in a lot of these technologies, even government is now able. No? Of course, getting the appropriate budget, we really have to work hard in getting congressional support to make that happen. I think those are the key points, but we are really trying our best. So there's going to be a big market for those in the business of selling these technologies, for government, because we are now being very supportive. Our current administration is very supportive in doing digital, renewable, better energy mixes, and all that.
Thank you. Another question goes to for you, sir. For you still.
Okay.
Questions. From Kyle, what key steps do you think should organizations take to ease internal change management regarding the acceptance of digital transformation?
Okay, this is a very good question, and I had faced that over the years in my career in government. Biggest change is number one, because you will have different generations in an organization. You will have the baby boomers. I think there will be probably very few of them left. Sorry for the boomers out there. The Gen Xers, my generation, which are most likely most of the bosses now, and the middle level and staff positions, which are normally the millennials and the Gen Zs and all the other prior generations. So the first step is really that you are on the same page. Everyone is on the same page. What do you want to achieve? And of course, trying to, like as a boss, I tell you, most of my staff are millennials and Gen Zs. So they have to educate me on their terms because I don't know what they're talking about, right? So there must be a conscious effort from management to also understand their people, right? On the other hand, you have to also, one of the things that key points, no? This is a tip for all the Gen Xers out there. You must have good creds for your millennials to respect you, to, be as a boss, no? So see, I play games, so I tell them, I'm also human. I'm not like a god that, you cannot approach and all that. So I think there's a key point there, right? And second one is very important that when you ease them gradually into these changes, right? It's very difficult if you have a very sudden change like, okay, tomorrow everything will be biometric, you cannot open doors without, that's impossible. At least not in my office. So you have to gradually tell them, okay, this is the first step, second step. And then you have to listen to them. What are their reservations? Like I had one guy told me he doesn't want to use Excel, and we are the DICT, right? He doesn't want to use spreadsheet. He likes to write it down in a little notebook. And I asked him, why do you do that? When it's much easier, just type it in, the computer will compute and everything is done. And the answer told me, sir, because Excel might make a mistake. What? And then I asked him, okay, give me, and I don't know what, I'll be happy, I'll be sad, I'll be amused, I do not know. So I asked him, okay, give me an example in which Excel will have a wrong answer. And I almost fell from my chair when I got the answer. The answer was, sir, if I encoded it wrong. So I didn't know what I said. Okay, I need a break from this meeting, right? So that means at the end of the day, if you don't get a buy-in from your people on the use of these tools, they will not use it. So you have to have the patience of Job to explain why this is what we're doing and the rationale. Once they understand the rationale for what you're doing, then they will agree and it will be better. And you have to address those little things that they feel are hindrances to the digital transformation. So I think those are very important key points. And of course, most importantly, you cannot digital transform if you do not give your people the right tools, right? You tell a person, oh, we have to digital transform, and you don't give them anything. You just give them an old notebook, not the digital kind, Corona or King Jim. For those who still remember those brands. So I think those are the initial key points that you must really get the buy-in, you must prepare them, and of course your processes must ensure that it is digitally ready. Do not, in fact, one tip, when you deal with government and many organizations that are so bureaucratic, tell them for each step indicate the rule or the law that requires it. I tell you, in one local government from 32 steps, 5. And I didn't even have to do anything. I was paid by USAID. But, I didn't have to do a convincing. You know why? What happened? Because they could not find the rule. So they told me, they were guilty. They told me, we cannot find it, sir, so 5 na lang, kay mo rin makitaan ang rule. So, see, it works.
Hello. Thank you for that. I think what I get on that, sir, and for the audience as well, is that in the Philippine government requires strong leadership, but it doesn't mean that you have to have an iron arm. It means to have to let them change and influence their minds, and at the same time teach them with care, so that they would get in the buy-in as well. Definitely, any of the organization as well. And being as a regional director, I believe that you have already established those key factors in the leader as well.
I would like to hope so.
Yes, because these systems that you are proposing are actually coming into place, the EGOV, everything, so good job as well. One question from Hopeful Butterfly. How can we better engage younger generation in government digital transformation?
I thought that was done. But anyway, I think we're very hopeful. You have to have strong leadership that they appreciate, because if they see in areas that they don't find the leadership acceptable, they will never join or they will quit immediately. So you must get the buy-in. I think that's what's important. And buy-in meaning you understand their mindset, their psyche, and of course the important mental health issues that you encounter, especially for the young who are very concerned with that. So I think you have to accept those realities as well.
Definitely, sir. Thank you. All right, for our second speaker, Cristela, one of the questions is, how can we incorporate among our younger generation the skills and values needed to start career in your industry, just to encourage their interest?
Yeah, can you please repeat the question?
How can we incorporate our younger generation the skills and values needed to start career in your industry as a graphic designer, to just encourage their interest?
Yeah, in my opinion, if you want to become a graphic designer or like explore a career in the creative field, you have to think like a kid, like how kids are. They're very curious, right? And they think like no idea is too silly. So you don't have to focus on the technicalities of design because that can be learned. But curiosity and the thirst for like creative juices, that's for me, I think that's one of the important value that you should acquire. I hope that answers the question.
Right, well said, and that definitely summarized what you are trying to express earlier, Stella. Deep in our hearts, we experience being a child. So get that mindset, get that inner creativity. One other question, Crystal, is have you ever felt your creativity stunted due to our reliance on AI generated content?
Yeah, can you repeat it again, please?
Have you ever felt, is there one chance or one day that your creativity stunted or you become reliant to the AI generated content?
Okay, so to tell you honestly, before AI came in, sorry, when I started my career in graphic design, AI is not that, like not that very famous yet. So in my case, I didn't grow up like very reliant to AI. But when I found out about AI, my perspective shifted. I didn't like demonize AI that oh it's going to take my job, but I changed my perspective positively. Like what I mentioned in my presentation earlier that AI doesn't replace my creativity, but rather it amplifies it. And it gives me the assurance that my imagination knows no limits. So yeah, I hope that answers the question.
Well said, thank you. We still have time for other questions that are posted. For Cristela, although AI can really help in making the fast time efficient because you can generate it in 1 or 2, 3 seconds. It's a wonderful tool to be honest. But some says it makes people lazy and is influencing negatively the skills of a graphic artist. What do you think?
Yeah, I understand the question. I understand where they're coming from. But in my opinion, I think it's about the person. It's not entirely that AI will make you lazy. AI will make you dumb or AI will hamper your creativity. I think you have to shift your perspective on that because sometimes the tool is not the problem, but the person. So if you think that, AI will make me lazy, it will hamper my creativity, there's this famous quote that you are what you think. So be very careful with your thoughts because it shapes your reality. Yeah, I hope that answers the question.
Okay, deeply said. So right, I think we're just on time regarding the questions. Some of the questions are very, very well said and very thought-provoking. We will have avenue for that, and we'll get back to you in this avenue as well to cater. So I guess that's all and everything for our plenary. We thank you for your time, Cristela and
you.
Sir Frederick. I hope we could be able to have this in the Alexandria Accord Part 3. All right. Thank you, and I think that's all. Have a nice day.
Okay, thank you again, Cristela and Director Frederick, for your time and for sharing your knowledge and insights to all of us today. We are going to be taking a 10-minute break, starting right now. Snacks will be served on your tables. You don't have to stand up and queue for the snacks. Someone will be serving them on your tables. But again, feel free to grab a cup of coffee. It's free flow. So yeah, feel free to stretch and socialize. 10 minutes starts now. We'll resume our conference at exactly 4:33 p.m. Thank you.
Quench your thirst for knowledge. Join the 2024 BSA Alexandria Accord Conference with the theme Innovate, Carving the Path for Digital Transformation. October 17 to 18, 2024, 3 to 6 p.m. at the Crystal Ballroom of the Mandarin Plaza Hotel. Open to students and professionals. Register online at www.bsa-solutions.com/registration. Watch the live stream on our YouTube channel at BSA Solutions-Inc. Every quarter, BSA Solutions comes up with creative ways to boost morale, build camaraderie, while having tons of fun. March 16, 2024, Saturday, we found ourselves traveling up north to the beautiful municipality of Compostela.
Hi everybody, my name is Nico and we're here at Cascades Nature Park for the BSA Brigade 2024. Ongoing right now is our team building activity. Check it out.
Led by Mr. Jigger Castillon, the team building activities were upbeat, engaging, mind-boggling, physical, yet insightful. Our moderators prepared games and activities for the morning and afternoon sessions, much to the delight of the participants. Communication is key during these sessions. One must be able to foster great relations with each team member. Everyone has to be aligned to one goal and hold each member accountable. Roles within the group dynamic is vital. There has to be a leader, one to stir the pot, a person of authority, one to motivate the team to consistently talk to each other, cooperate and coordinate. At the same time, the team has to buy in to the plan. From what we observed, most of the teams who practiced these won the games. The next set of games test the team's ability to gel together and move as one. Some are successful, while others did struggle. Nevertheless, it's never a dull moment. May we direct your attention to Exhibit A.
Right now we are Team BSA. One, two, jump! One, two, jump! One, two, jump!
Team buildings play a crucial role in this professional landscape. Through various activities, one may discover hidden talents, encourage open communication, be able to navigate challenges together, and collaborate effectively. With a shared purpose, the entire experience becomes memorable and promotes a positive work experience. Ultimately, the goal for the team building is for the community to channel all the learnings and apply them to their day-to-day activities in the office, all the way to their interactions with friends and family. The team building activities got everyone to mingle, get along, and learn from each other. Challenge accepted and knocked down one by one. The BSA Virtual Brigade had their fair share of fun too. As you can see, everyone cannot contain the smiles on their faces. This truly was one for the books, and we can't wait for the other surprises BSA Solutions has in the works. BSA Solutions, in partnership with the Vicente Soto Memorial Medical Center, conducted a blood donation drive last May 9, 2024. Some of our associates eagerly volunteered to donate blood. The act of donating blood has potential health benefits. Studies suggest that when done regularly, blood donation lowers blood pressure. It also reduces the risk of heart attack by lowering high iron levels. Also, did you know that donating a pint of blood burns about 650 calories? Well, now you do. We hope this video encourages you to donate blood whenever you can. With its short shelf life, there's always someone needing blood transfusions somewhere, be it for surgeries, accidents, chronic illnesses, and even childbirth. Who knows? The next life you save could possibly be your own, or someone you know. Special thanks to the VSMMC Blood Services Unit and to our volunteers for being our unsung heroes in this initiative.
Hey everyone! Here are the highlights of the BSA Valentine's Day event with the theme Heartbeat Heroes, Saving Hearts and Spreading Love.
Happy Valentine's, everyone!
The community gathered at the pantry for an afternoon of great music. Our speakers engaged the crowd with topics ranging from matters of the heart to heart health and how it affects our other body functions. Special thanks to our speakers, Afzan Yas and Sheila Fernandez. This event added another milestone for the company with the first BSA Idol 2024. The Valentine's Kahoot got everyone competitive. With their cell phones, the community quickly answered all the trivia questions. One person dominated this game and beat everyone to it with her vast knowledge of pop culture and her fast fingers.
For Kahoot game is Alexandria.
Heart-shaped chocolates along with inspirational messages were given to our associates by their respective managers. Positive vibes spread all around, and that's beautiful.
Our first BSA Idol 2024 is from DSP Jolie Mariano. Congratulations, Jolie.
Yeah, good job. Okay, so digital transformation is reshaping industries. And when we say reshaping industries, that includes electrical estimation. So I guess you have a clue now. So our next speaker is a registered civil engineer in the Philippines with 7+ years of combined experience in business process analysis, local road construction, project management, and estimation. Ladies and gentlemen, a big round of applause for our next speaker, Mr. Raymart Abellanosa.
Hi, good afternoon to all of you. And I feel so nervous right now. It's actually my first time talking to the public. And 2 weeks ago, I received a message from Liz that an invitation to speak. And again, I actually initially declined because again, it's my first time. I feel so shy. But I'm here trying to, what do you call it, to thank you. Actually, I watched the video yesterday on YouTube yesterday, the live video. Then I here. So I saw Jomar, project manager. He said that digital transformation is not like a one-night process. It's a long process. It's a long process of development, and that's true. I actually had a hard time trying to figure out what will I be speaking in front of you about digital transformation for electrical estimation, and I tried to formulate ideas and things that to share to you that is somewhat relatable to all of you. Because some words are jargon, especially in electrical field. Now, digital transformation and electrical estimating. I wanted to start my speech with a story. I'm not good at storytelling, but I'll try my best. Please bear with me. So this starts the story of a boy named Leo from Pardo, my neighbor. So Leo, unlike his classmates, he didn't have smartphone, he didn't have laptop, he didn't have desktop or PCs. His family valued simplicity. Oh hi, Sir Chino's here. So, makes him more nervous. So unlike his classmates, he didn't have smartphones, desktop or laptop, and his family valued simplicity. I think that's the reason, but I think that the main reason is they don't have the financial capacity to buy those things. And as Leo progressed through high school, he noticed how his classmates would use these technologies, these devices to gain or to access information quickly. And Leo found himself in the library, in the library, pouring those encyclopedias and also those dusty books. At that time, he thought to himself that the world is, what do you call that? It's changing, and the world is moving at lightning speed. And then that time, it's almost graduation. He's a good boy. I mean, he's a smart boy. He's always been he's always been top of the school. But that time, he found out that he's not part of the top students. And so the night before graduation, he sat on his bed, talking to his mom. He said that, you know what, Mom, this is not the kind of success that I really prayed hard for. This is the kind of success that I deserve, because we don't have this. And you know, ladies and gentlemen, I'm telling that because it's not a different story about digital transformation when it comes to business and also corporate world. And yep, I see that there's a lack, or there's a gap of digital transformation with Leo. Someone's recording. Okay, so that is the introduction of my topic. So next slide. So there are ways in navigating and driving digital transformation. So I myself, just like Leo, started like zero. When I was a newbie in estimating, I actually, when I was a newbie in estimating, I can still remember those plans. Because we always check the scale, if it's the right scale. So we double check just to make sure that we got that, right estimates. And one of the things that we do for us to check the scale is to look for point of reference. For example, doors. Most of the doors got 0.9 meters in width. Yep. And sometimes we look, if it's landscape, we look for car garage. Mostly that's 2.65 meters. Those are the things that we do. But right now, with digital transformation, everything's very easy. If you're gonna open Google Earth, you're gonna see there a ruler, and I actually was surprised because it's really useful. If you're gonna search like FLB building or this building on Google Earth, it will show you the different, what do you call that, the different figures like rectangles symboling this building or the FLB building. Then you can measure the size of it. So that's how amazing the tools right now. So other than that, there are also ways in navigating and driving digital transformation. First one here is leverage technologies using BIM and AI. BIM BIM stands for Building Information Modeling. Simulate from load distribution to potential code violations, all while providing real-time cost estimates. So BIM actually what do you call that? Gives us the perspective on how the plans that you've done, or how the takeoff that you've done is done. It's done in a 3D way. So you'll see before the wire is even installed, you can see like if the wires are colliding or not. And you know what? I actually have an experience with BIM before. When I was working in Nankai, that was 2019. I was working with different project managers at the time. We were working in Emerald Hotel and Casino. I was tasked to do the data center and other other contractors doing another field of expertise, for example, electrical, plumbing and all. So that time we had our own BIM, and I actually appreciate this BIM because that time the senior project manager told us to integrate our BIMs, all of our BIMs. Then we found out that as we integrate all of our BIMs, most of our wirings actually, and the pipes are actually collided. So that is the very first step to make sure that we are not violating the codes. And aside from that, on the other hand, we also have AI. I'm not sure, but I still haven't used AI for electrical estimating. But I know that in the future that there's gonna be AI for electrical estimating. I think that they're gonna be using the historical data and also analyzes the what they call that the size and the width of the building, and they would suggest the sizes of cables and pipes and all. The next one is driving innovation, create a culture that embraces change, encourages experimentation, and challenges the norm. Now, as electrical estimator, we're actually accustomed to different, what do you call that? Different complex situations. For example, fluctuating material cost and different technical changes. So with our field of work right now with him, we actually have two main tools. Which one? The other one is ground plan, and the other one is Simpro. Ground plan is where we upload the plans, then make some scale, do counting, do takeoff. The other one, Simpro, we are using that for PO production, or making some prices, costing. So this one right here, driving innovation, means that there should be integration between the two tools. So if there's any changes with the estimation that we do, the ground plan from the tool one, there should be an automatic, what they call that, reflection of the changes. So if we change like from 3 pipes to 2 pipes, which means that on the Simpro, it's the cost will also lessen. That's just one of the examples for that. Another one is managing digital disruption. Recognize risks and view disruption as an opportunity to upskill. So of course, if there's development, development with technology, of course we'll be expecting a lot of risk. For example, cybersecurity is what our speaker earlier today said. Aside from that, the risk of taking over our tasks, but we should see that as in a positive way, that we should be thankful that some of the tasks will be taken over by technology, because we will be focusing more on the difficult ones, on the difficult responsibility of the project, ensuring that we are making sure that our estimates are accurate and efficient. The next one is cultivating a tech-savvy force, equip teams with tools and knowledge to drive innovation. So this is for in between winning and losing a bid. And yeah, I think that's the last part of my my slide. And thank you so much. I'm really sorry. Thank you.
Hey, all right, a big round of applause for Raymond. Raymond, it was so brave of you to come here right up here on stage, and you're saying like, "Oh, I'm shy." It looks like you're rapping. And before we continue, I'd like to acknowledge the presence of our COO, co-founder, Mr. Chino Chua. Thank you for joining us, sir. Now, for Raymond's talk, it's my first time for me to hear about BIM, that's Building Information Modeling. And I think that's very important, especially now with AI. Having AI integrated with BIM, it's very helpful, especially for those working overseas and you are building, you're building stuff outside, to other countries, So they use it for planning and then for constructing, that they will see the actual model of what they're building, and it speeds up the construction process. And it's a good to know for me. So we're down to our last speaker for today. So as technology continues to reshape the workplace, empowering professionals like us to adapt and thrive has never been more important. So our next speaker is a registered architect and registered master plumber in the Philippines with over 8 years of combined experience in the field of architecture and construction in the Philippines and Australia. Please help me welcome Ms. Tiffany Arazan. A big round of applause, please.
Hello, good afternoon. So I just want to check the pulse of everyone. Are you still with us? Yes. So good afternoon. First of all, I'd like to thank BSA for having me here, inviting me in this wonderful event. And my name, by the way, again is Tiffany, and I'm really honored to be one of your speakers today. And I'm really excited to share this experience with such dedicated and engaged audience. So please help me make this a truly valuable experience, an interactive session for everyone that is involved. So before I start, I'd like to throw in some lines that you might guys be really familiar with. So lines like, can you guys see my screen? Or like, Dave, you're on mute. Or something like, Mom, the Wi-Fi password is in the back of the router, and your mom says, the password is in the back of the router. So sometimes navigating the digital world can sometimes really feel like that. So today, I'd like to share with you how we as professionals can navigate through this rapidly evolving digital landscape. So whether you're an architect, a financial analyst, or an executive assistant like me in a commercial construction industry, the opportunity for digital transformation are everywhere. So let's dive in and cover these key areas like embracing emerging technologies, driving innovation and change, managing digital disruption, and cultivating a tech-savvy workforce. Now, I want to talk about first with embracing emerging technology. So in my field, I have seen how drone technology and 3D modeling transform site construction assessment. This have created precise measurements. Now imagine being able to survey a project from the sky without having you setting a foot to the ground. And that really saves us more time. And not just that, it saves us also lives. So what's really interesting here is that innovation doesn't only happen in this field, in my field, it also happens across all industry. So in my current role as an executive assistant in a commercial construction industry, project management tools have helped us centralize and make our work more efficient. If you are in healthcare, AI and data analytics have transformed patient care. If you are in marketing, automation tools have helped us make more tailored customer-based experience. So what's the key takeaway on that one? Technologies are not meant to replace us. They are meant to empower us. So please remember that. Next one, I want to talk about driving innovation and change. So driving innovation doesn't only happen in a vacuum. It requires us, the professionals, to drive the change. So in my role, I often find myself juggling multiple systems like calendar management, dashboarding, reporting, and even communications, name it. But when cloud-based tools was introduced to us, it changed our game. We were not suddenly working harder, we were working smarter. So what you see in the screen is one of the tools that we were using currently. It's a tool that centralizes our meetings now. It's more structured, more efficient, and more transparent. Now see, some of those meetings, when people finish the session, we tend to forget those tasks that are really important. And sometimes meetings are the time that you discuss the issue, the opportunities, and the challenges that needs to be discussed that helps the business to move forward. So you might want to check out one of those tools available now. So if you're a financial analyst, think about the shift from manual spreadsheets to real-time analytic platforms. So you're no longer stuck in processing them. You're more focused on interpreting the data and making more strategic decisions. Next one, if you are in HR, we have LinkedIn tools, and what we have here in BSA, the Workable and the Glassdoor. It really shifted us from really tedious paper-based processes to something that's more fast and efficient. So what does that mean to us? We must be the catalyst for change, pushing our teams to adapt and embrace the tools, even if I know it's uncomfortable for us at first. I want to talk about next up here in managing digital disruption. Digital transformation is not all smooth sailing. It can really sometimes feel like a tidal wave, and us being human beings, our natural reaction is to cling to the things that they have always been. Imagine someone working in the company for like 10 years, and then suddenly a newcomer comes in, she or he introduces a digital tool to you. For one, you might think really skeptical about it because maybe you haven't heard about the tool for one. And then another thing, why would I listen to someone that's new and introduce a new tool to me that the process already existing with the company is working? So you might think like that. Another example is online shopping. You might see online store really force brick and mortar to innovate with e-commerce and customer experience. Why? They need to level up their game, otherwise they have to close their doors. And we have seen that apparently from some of the companies. Next one, in my field, we were accustomed before to do manual drafting, and that is pen and paper. Some of the people here, the engineering people, may have related to that story. See, sometimes when you're about to finish a project and then you're about to submit it, and then you suddenly misspell the word perspective into perspective. So, yeah, and then so you have two options there. You just maybe need to redo your work, and another one, you might be just really creative on correcting your mistake. And then the other one, when we were introduced with the 3D tools, it was really efficient. It was more flexible of designs in terms of designs, and it's more accurate. So it really changed our game as well. So all the mentioned disruptions, it may have disrupted our traditional ways of working, but it has also led to more transparent, efficient, and collaborative projects. So don't hate the technology too much. The question is not whether the disruption will happen. It will, and it's already happening. The question is how we as professionals choose to adapt and lead our organizations through it. And this brings me to my last point, cultivating a tech-savvy workforce. Now, in my role, I have learned that I don't have to be a tech genius to thrive into this digital world. You just need the willingness to learn, experiment, and adapt. Now, in our company, we have started to introduce small but impactful digital tools like QR-coded SOPs. Now, when I say the word SOP, what comes to your mind? SOP, by the way, is standard operating processes. And when I hear SOP word, I just think of like many pages, many words, and all that stuff, and especially when you're like trying to do something and you can find the things you need when they need to. So what does our SOP look like? It looks like that. So if I'm a technician and I look at that picture, straight away I can assemble one piece without even looking at the detail of the words. So this solves us two issues. For one, we love turtles, so we save paper. And then another one, the QR code is one scan away. So it's really accessible anytime, anywhere, and anyone who's a member of your organization. So whether you're in marketing, in finance, or in HR, it's really important for you to encourage your people to drive and move forward and be comfortable with the technology, not working away with it, and encourage a culture that encourages continuous learning and curiosity. So to wrap things up, digital transformation is not just a trend, it's a journey. It's really about leveraging the tools available to us, being able to understand about it, because it's something that will set us apart in the coming years, and also managing disruptions and building a workforce that's ready for the future. And you know what's the best part of it? There's a place for you in history. So the next time you explain a tech issue to your mom, just remember you're just not navigating a digital world, you're shaping it. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much for that. Okay, so now we are going to be doing our next plenary debrief. Now that we have heard some incredible insights, it's time to dive deeper on those things that you've learned the past two speakers that we had. Then again, you have QR codes right on your table. Please scan them, and you can ask your questions to your chosen speaker.
Right. And yeah, they're still setting it up. So um, after this plenary debrief, we will be awarding some certificates, of course. And once this is done, I'm going to invite our speakers again to be here up on stage. And I will be introducing the host for our next plenary debrief. And there's another experience reveal that's gonna happen. Okay, so leading this important session is someone who always brings thoughtfulness and sharp perspective to every conversation. She has this unique ability to connect ideas and inspire action. So our host for the next plenary debrief has over 9 years. She's young. 9 years of leadership, team building, and coaching experience. Let me call up one of our client and talent experience manager, Miss Alpha Omega. Big round of applause, please. Miss Alpha. And right now, I'm gonna call on our last two speakers, Raymart and Tiff. Okay, Alpha, take it away.
Thank you, Vince. Exposing experience, yeah? All right, so good afternoon, everyone, and thank you for staying with us. Good afternoon to our live viewers as well. How are we, guys? How is it after your delivering of speech?
Be able to hurdle that moment. We're feeling good.
All right, well, can I just say, I'm so proud of these two. They are our BSA babies. So as a TCX, I call my pod members as my kids' babies. All right, so I'm really proud. We've seen you grown in your field. You are now masters of your own craft. So a big round of applause, please, for these two. Okay, so are you ready? We're down to the Q&A. Okay, so I'm gonna throw the first question to Raymart. Okay, so the first question, I'm just gonna throw a question from Joe. Okay, whoever Joe is. His question goes, I slowly transitioned my entire house from full grid to full off-grid solar system 2 years ago. It was one of the best investments I made, but the biggest problem I noticed is that the biggest problems are not in energy collection, not even transmittal, but in storage. Do you agree on this, or am I just doing it wrong? Are we seeing any transformation in terms of standards in quality and materials in the near future in place of live PO4? Would you like me to repeat the question?
Yes, please.
Okay, all right. So I think this is very important. We have to answer Joe. Okay. The question goes, his concern. I slowly transitioned my entire house from full grid to full off-grid solar system 2 years ago. It was one of the best investments I made. The biggest problem I noticed is that the biggest problems are not in energy collection, not even transmittal, but in storage. Do you agree on this, or am I just doing it wrong? Are we seeing any transformation in terms of standards in quality and materials in near future in place of live PO4?
First of all, that question is so long. But you know what? I'm so happy that some people have transitioned from this traditional electricity going into solar panels, right? Solar system, solar PV system, and I think it's getting more normal right now. Yeah, it's actually a brave thing to do that, knowing that solar PV is such very very costly. And if he thinks that that's the best decision that he made, then I think, yeah, congratulations. But if you're gonna be asking me if you've made the right decision, I guess I believe yes, knowing that right now, costing of fuel is getting soaring high, and we cannot predict the what do you call it, the prices of those of the fuels. So I believe that solar PV is the best option right now. If you have the capacity to avail that, then you should. I think you're doing it right.
Okay, thank you. He mentioned that his problem is in storage. Maybe when the it's collected through the solar panel, and it gets stored, right? Some get stored like if they have this storage, and that is what he mentioned is the biggest problem. So what is your tip for him to purchase storage?
Yeah, I'm not the perfect person to be asked about that. I'm not actually an expert of solar PV panels, but we have that. We actually have that as our scope for Expo, but we don't really go in deeply into that information. So I'm not the right person to be asking that question. But we have AI, we have Google. You can check it out there.
Google is the key, guys. Okay.
That's the power of digital transformation.
Right. Well, thank you, Raymond. Now, let's go to Tiffany. So, the question here for you is that how do you stay up to date with new trends in architecture, especially those that involve technology and also being an EA? Again, how do you stay up to date with the new trends in architecture, especially those that involve technology and also being an EA?
Thank you for that wonderful question. It's lucky for us in architects, and I don't know if they do the same on the other professionals, but for architects, we have continuous learning. We have, if they're familiar with CPD units, those are the units you have to earn so you can renew your license. So it's something that you have to acquire that can have that you can learn some new technologies and you be updated on what are the current trends in the architecture industry. Now, as to the point where the person asked how to juggle while I'm an EA, the program is about digital transformation, and the resources we have now is available. It's in TikTok, it's in Instagram. Although you don't get the full course, you'll get the gist of what the trends are. So I'm thinking.
So that's how you stay up to like with the trends right now. Okay, well, thank you, Tiff. Fun fact though, I don't know if it's just coincidence, I also took civil engineering, so hence why I can relate to some of the topics, or that's what's being shared by our speakers this afternoon. And for our next question, let's go back to Raymond. You have a lot of questions here. Okay, so let's slowly dive into the questions. Next question for you. In your experience in using a new technology at your field of work, how did you cope up to it, and how long did it take you to learn that new tech? Again, in your experience in using a new technology at your field of work, how did you cope up to it, and how long did it take you to learn that new tech?
Okay. First of all, I'm a civil engineer grad. I'm actually a civil engineer, but I have experiences with electrical system. And the most recent thing, it's not actually part of the job that I'm in right now. It's actually part of the subject that I'm really passionate about. And I'm trying to learn that tool, which is Activate. It's really difficult. It's really different. I'm trying to be what do you call that? I'm trying to be what do you call that? I'm trying to be master of that topic. Of that. What I'm doing right now about learning that is what's the question again? Sorry.
So the question is, how did you cope up, and how long did it take you to learn that new technology? How did you embrace the new technology?
So I always do research. I always believe that there's no man.
No man is an island.
No man is an island, so you have to check it out on Google again. And questions. Ask questions from your peers, especially from your seniors. I actually have mentor right now there too, so I always ask questions.
That's good. Yes, it's really important to ask questions, guys, especially if that particular concern has to do with your tasks and you're not familiar with it. Then please ask the questions. Throw it away to the experts, basically, on that field. Okay, thank you, Raymond. Now let's go back to Tiffany. Next question for you, Tiff. With your experience in your field, what are some examples of digital transformations involved in the physical building aspect of the projects that you've recently seen that made you really say, wow, we really are living in the future now? Again, with your experience in your field, what are some examples of digital transformations involved in the physical building aspect of the projects that you've recently seen that made you really say, wow, we really are living in the future now?
As I've mentioned earlier on my presentation, I've already mentioned the the drone technology. It might not be seen oftenly here in Philippines, but I almost see it outside the country that they're using drone technologies. And what does that really drives me like excited, and I want to see that happening here, although I haven't really got the chance to see one. So what does that is that they scan the whole site, like an empty site, like it's just a plain land or a vacant lot, and then they do measurements. Currently, some of the engineers or professionals in the field, they do surveying. They use those tools, mechanical tools, to get the measurements on site. But with drone technology, you're able to create precise measurements. Just get the picture of the land, and then you can also do x-rays, and then what they do is transform that to the tool that you can do 3D modeling. So what does that is that get the precise measurements, and straight from that information, they were able to produce a 3D model with complete details like electrical, plumbing, and all that stuff that entails it. So I think, yeah, that makes
Like
me wow.
a blueprint.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you, Tiffany. Yes, it's really cool when I saw it that, oh, they're doing the drone thing, and it's one thing that you don't rarely see here in the Philippines. So hopefully it gets adapted here as well. All right. So let's go back to Raymond. Okay. Again, you have a lot of questions here. So this is from Kyle. His question goes, could you please expound more about BIM? What makes it different from traditional 2D and 3D CAD? Again, could you please expound more about BIM? What makes it different from traditional 2D and 3D CAD?
Hi, Kyle. About BIM, it's really important knowing that with BIM 3D, I actually did 2D and also 3D. It's really different knowing that in 2D you can just see the perspective in a top view. But if you're doing the 3D, you can always check if for example, in our field of expertise, if some of the wirings are colliding with each other, or some pipes, or maybe if one of your switchboards is located just below a comfort room, so that's really risky. So I think that's the most important thing about 3D.
You have more visibility,
yes,
basically.
more visibility.
Got it. Okay, does that answer your question, Kyle? Do you want to ask the question yourself? Okay, all right. Thank you, Kyle. Okay, so we'll go back to Tiffany again. Question here for you. What competencies do you think are essential for professionals to thrive in a tech-driven world? Again, what competencies do you think are essential for professionals to thrive in a tech-driven world?
I would go back again to my presentation. I've mentioned to learn, experiment, and adapt. So, as for me, some of the people here know that I'm working as an executive assistant. Although they're in construction commercial industry, I don't know the basics before of what's what really is expected from an executive assistant. But since now it's really the technology now is driving everything so fast, so you have to also adjust yourself to be fast and put yourself in that field and learn from things. You have your colleagues, you have your mentors to guide you through it, so you don't have to be afraid. You also have to help yourself to be assertive sometimes. Take autonomy if necessary, and then also don't be afraid to make mistakes. Not really big mistakes, but learn from the experience, as what they say.
Because
So,
sometimes mistakes is an opportunity to learn. Okay. Well, thank you for the tips, Tiffany. Now, do we still have time or? Okay, so we're almost done. So we'll go and throw the last question back to Raymart, and then we'll wrap it up. So some of your questions might not get answered right now or in today's session, but we will have them answered. We'll just share with you the link for the questions and the answers from our speakers for today's conference. Okay, so Raymart, the last question for you. What emerging trends do you foresee in your profession or field as digital transformation continues to evolve? Again, what emerging trends do you foresee in your profession or field as digital transformation continues to evolve?
Well, the same with other field of expertise. I see that AI is taking over. I mean, it's really like a trending. Right now, I don't see, maybe, but in my work right now, I don't think that AI is still present in our work right now. But I think that in the future, AI is going to be everywhere when it comes to electrical estimating. It's going to be analyzing, like the data, for example, the width, the dimensions of a building or a room. That it's going to be suggesting you like the cables or the outlets or those fixtures, the distances and all. I think that that's gonna be in the future. That's gonna be present in the future.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think AI is gonna be a trending tool in the future.
Yeah, so it's something that would keep evolving in the near future. You know, from now it's already great, so it can be greater. Okay, well, I think that wraps up our plenary debrief this afternoon. So thank you to our dear speakers for this afternoon, and thank you to the questions that you've thrown or you have shared here in our session. So thank you, everyone, and have a great afternoon.
Coach Alpha and our speakers, Raymart and Tiff, thank you for sharing your insights and for answering all the questions that we have. For those questions that we haven't answered because of time, we will be sharing them online with all of you, and of course with the answers from our speakers today. And those who are watching us live online, please like and subscribe with our YouTube channels. We have a lot of insightful contents in store for you. You can also follow all our social medias like in Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn, including TikTok, of course. Okay, so now we are down to the last part of our conference today. Okay, I'm gonna wait for them to set it up, but I'm not gonna go down and ask questions, don't worry, as people are starting to like, But I appreciate your attention since we started this afternoon. And you guys are full of energy all throughout the conference today. All right, so before we conclude today's 2024 Alexandria Accord conference, I have the honor of introducing someone who plays a pivotal role in developing the talent that drives our organization forward. For the closing remarks, she's a registered physical therapist in the Philippines with over 10 years, very young, of combined experience in the field of healthcare and occupational health, healthcare education, and learning and development in NGOs, the academe, and the corporate industry. Please with a big round of applause, help me welcome our L&D Manager, Ms. Ernest Joy Talion.
Thank you so much. And thank you so much, everyone, for coming here. This is the second run of our Alexandria Accord. So the Alexandria Accord initiative started out last year when our CEO, Zana Gawan Taylor, told the Learning and Development Department to organize a mini leadership conference inside BSA. And as a person who really hates events, this became a major challenge for me and my team member. There were only 2 of us last year. So now we're 3. So hope you add more, searching. Thank you. I'm still surprised as to how we came up with this conference. And choosing a title was the very first hurdle. So, Accord, do you know what accord means? Kanang ibutang sa embutido para mo pilit ang mga meat? No. Okay, accord means a groundbreaking agreement or understanding, reflecting the values of collaboration and cooperation that underpins this initiative. The theme for this year is to establish a common ground among diverse stakeholders, from the government, from the tech industry, from the various professional representatives in the field of digital marketing, web design, project management, talent acquisition, and construction and engineering to address the opportunities presented by the rapid advancements of technology. And for the past 2 days, we've been talking and discussing about digital transformation, AI, and technology. And I am here to put a stop sign so that we can stop, take a step back, and think about where we are going and not just how fast we are going. One of the most striking themes of this conference has been the astonishing pace of technological advancement. Sure, it's a testament to human ingenuity and our collective desire to change the world. However, this rapid evolution also presents significant challenges, particularly in the field of ethics. The speed at which technologies emerge often outpaces our ability to develop comprehensive policies and laws to regulate them. This creates a vacuum where ethical considerations may be overlooked or undermined. So, who would have thought that the invention of the fertilizer led to the invention of explosives? With one hand, the fertilizer actually contributed to the improvement and sustaining the life in our society. And on the other, took the lives of many. So imagine a city without traffic rules. So this was taken somewhere in 13 Singa route. Talamban, okay? So imagine a city without traffic rules. Cars would be driving in all directions, colliding with each other and causing chaos, right? Traffic rules helps us regulate traffic flow, prevent accidents, and ensure that everyone can get where they need to go safely. So the analogy of traffic rules is particularly relevant in the field of digital transformation. Just as traffic rules help to regulate the flow of vehicles in a physical space, ethical frameworks help to regulate the flow of information and technology in the digital realm. Without clear guidelines, there is a risk that innovative technologies could be used for harmful purposes or exacerbate existing inequalities. In a world where technology is constantly evolving, the question remains: how can we ensure that the ethical frameworks that we used to write in our policies and laws keep pace and remain relevant? How can we ensure that these ethical frameworks are not merely aspirational goals, but are actually implemented and enforced? These are critical questions that must be addressed by the project management officer. I'm just kidding. These are critical questions that must be addressed by all department heads and the C-suite. Kuya Juan. Kuya Juan, Sir Chin. Okay. Si Jomar, okay. So being the social deviant and the devil's advocate that I am, I would like to raise my second point. High-tech, low-life. Are we cyborgs? Sir Chin, do you think you're a cyborg? Organic. No, don't panic, it's organic. What about Kyle? Are you a cyborg? 90%. What about the 10%? 10% smartphone. Okay. Alright. Sir Wills, are you a cyborg? No? Raymart, are you a cyborg? Where's Raymart? Went home? Okay. Pepe, are you a cyborg? Ah, dili. Okay, good. So a cyborg is a portmanteau of the words cybernetic and organism. A being with both organic and biomechatronic characteristic. So are we a new form of Homo sapiens? Are we techno-sapiens? At this remark, are we techno-sapiens? So yeah, are we a new form of Homo sapiens? New species of humans that clicks on things and stares at the screen. So in a span of 2 hours, I just realized now, I picked up and checked my phone 50 times. 50 times in a span of 2 hours. It feels like my phone is an additional appendage of my body, or an additional organ, an extension of my hands, if you call it. So from an education standpoint, our reliance on digital technology has led us to become more and more automated, implementing restrictions on our ability to think critically and pushing us into echo chambers. What is an echo chamber? Okay, I'll define it for you. An echo chamber is an environment that exposes us to information biased to our own opinions while shielding data that may challenge our preconceived notions. Echo chambers have specifically led to the development of chronically online culture. Always online, chronically online, 24 hours a day online, no? That proves that technology is in some ways tarnishing our ability to truly educate ourselves on pertinent topics and issues. So surfing the web through a chronically online lens has impacted the way we communicate our opinions to others. Many have begun to employ buzzwords and gibberish like skibidi toilet. I don't know what that means. I don't know. Maybe the Gen Z and the Gen Alpha can answer that question. What is a skibidi toilet? I don't know. Riz. Charisma. That's what they said. I asked, like, what's Riz? Riz is charisma. That's the Gen Z slang for charisma. Riz. What about Delulu? Delusional, right? So these are buzzwords. These are gibberish, and a lot of people use these buzzwords to sound smarter, not knowing what they truly mean. Okay, which has taken a toll on clear communication driven by knowledge and accuracy. And sometimes, if you use the correct word or if you use the accurate word, you are smart shamed. What a generation. I hate myself when I couldn't speak or verbalize a word that is clear in my head, and I think it's because I'm not just anthropomorphically overweight, but also digitally obese, right? When our interns onboarded, they underwent a bridging program for a week. And one of the activities I had for them was to read a book. And I assigned them books for them to read for 1 week and present as a book report. So in the slides, the first one here, Fahrenheit 451, was published in the 1950s. And in this book, the books are burned and banned as the government fears that they will lead to dissent and rebellion. This reflects a society where knowledge and critical thinking are suppressed in favor of mindless digital entertainment and conformity. The second book, Neuromancer, was published in the 1980s. So the protagonist, Case, is a cyberspace cowboy who is hired to infiltrate a powerful corporation computer system. The novel explores the dangers of AI and the potential for technology to be used in nefarious and dangerous purposes. Case becomes entangled in a dangerous plot that involves corporate espionage, cyber terrorism, and the manipulation of human consciousness. While these novels were written decades ago, can you imagine, 1950s, 1980s, but it's happening now. Their warnings remain relevant today, highlighting the importance of critical thinking, human connection, and the preservation of the cultural heritage in the face of technological advancement. The question remains, how can we balance the benefits of technology with its risks? How can we ensure that technology is used to enhance human life rather than to control or manipulate it? I have a lot of questions about technology, and this is a topic I purposefully avoid when I discuss this with other people and my husband, because not because I'm ignorant or I despise this topic, but it's because I'm in denial in the possibility of these things happening in the future. I do not have the answers right now. Maybe Sir will. Sir Joe, right? Yes. Maybe Miss Des will have the answer. Maybe Cristela will have the answer. Maybe Nikki will have the answer. Maybe Sir Monros will have the answer in the future. Maybe. But there is one thing I'm sure about. Eventually, time will prove or will tell if we were right or if we were wrong. So thank you, and I hope to see you again next year.
Okay, a big round of applause for Ms. Joy. Thank you for that, Ms. Joy. You know what? It's really thought-provoking closing remarks. While I was standing there and she was talking about, are you organic? Are you a cyborg? I was thinking, oh yeah, I think I'm a 90% organic, 5% cyborg, and maybe 5% delulu. Slay. Slay. Okay. We are not done yet, but we are on the last segment of our conference. Again, those who are watching us online, please don't forget to like and subscribe our YouTube channel. And if you're posting photos in your social medias after the event, we will be giving you time to socialize. Please don't forget to use the following hashtags. Hashtag BSA Alexandria Accord 2024 and hashtag BSA Accord 2024. And as we leave this place today, again, please keep that open mind and please keep that curiosity running in your head. And tonight, before you sleep, think about things that are going to be happening, potentially happening in the near future. And ask yourself, what can I do to contribute in this digital transformation, this journey that we are going through together as an organization? Okay, we will be awarding our certificates to all our speakers today, and I would like to invite our COO, our 100% organic COO, co-founder, Sir Chino Swan, on stage. Okay, for the first certificate, we would like to call on Sir William Artajo. Cyril, please come right up here on stage. A round of applause, everybody. So we're gonna take some photos. Yeah, maybe you guys move in the center a bit because we have our YouTube viewers who would love to see both of you. Okay. Can we take one more photo in the middle? In the middle? Huh? It looks wrong. The realignment of the planets. We have Kyle. Kyle, you want to join? Alright, thank you, Cyril. Next up, I would like to call on Miss Cristela Duaso, please. Okay, thank you so much, Cristela. Big round of applause. And now the next speaker I want to call on is Mr. Raymart Abellanosa. A round of applause, please, everybody. All right, Raymart, thank you so much. Okay, last but not the least, Miss Tiffany Arazan. A round of applause, everybody. Okay, and after Tiffany, I would like to invite all the speakers to go right up on stage again for group photos. Right, wonderful. I think we got it. But again, good photo, everybody, with all the speakers first. And after the speakers, I would like to invite everybody to come here in the front so we can take our group photos. Okay, all the speakers, please. Cristela.
Alexandria Accord Conference with the theme, Innovate, Carving the Path for Digital Transformation. October 17 to 18, 2024, 3 to 6 p.m. at the Crystal Ballroom of the Mandarin Plaza Hotel. Open to students and professionals. Register online at www.bsa-solutions.com/registration. Watch the live stream on our YouTube channel at BSA. Quench your thirst for knowledge. Join the 2024 BSA. Quench your thirst for knowledge. Join the 2024 BSA Alexandria Accord Conference with the theme, Innovate, Carving the Path for Digital Transformation. October 17 to 18, 2024, 3 to 6 p.m. at the Crystal Ballroom of the Mandarin Plaza Hotel. Open to students and professionals. Register online at www.bsa-solutions.com/registration. Watch the live stream on our YouTube channel at BSA Solutions-Inc.
Every quarter, BSA Solutions comes up with creative ways to boost morale, build camaraderie, while having tons of fun. March 16, 2024, Saturday, we found ourselves traveling up north to the beautiful municipality of Compostela.
Quench your thirst for knowledge. Join the 2024 BSA Alexandria Accord Conference with the theme, Innovate, Carving the Path for Digital Transformation. October 17 to 18, 2024, 3 to 6 p.m. at the Crystal Ballroom of the Mandarin Plaza Hotel. Open to students and professionals. Register online at www.bsa-solutions.com/registration. Watch the live stream on our YouTube channel at BSA Solutions-Inc.
Every quarter, BSA Solutions comes up with creative ways to boost morale, build camaraderie, while having tons of fun. March 16, 2024, Saturday, we found ourselves traveling up north to the beautiful municipality of Compostela